Hello, you are now listening to the Stoke Hub Podcast. Enjoy.
Hey up, welcome to the Stoke Hub Podcast, and today we've got another special guest in the Harry Potter. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome lads. Let's get this done, eh?
Yeah. So we'll start off with the Preston game. What are your thoughts on that? Absolute disaster.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Stoke team at the moment, and I don't know what's going on at our club, but I can only say there's like a cancer somewhere in the club because everybody is gossiping and rumour mongering. And we are a championship team with championship players now. And we haven't got the Bojans and the Shakiris and the big name players anymore. So we haven't got a star player. We can say, we're going to shout his name from the rooftops. So I don't...
Well,
go on, yeah?
Yeah, well, we don't have a star player, but I think one of the downfalls was too many star players and not enough hard work. So you do need that balance.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. I think that's what Nathan Jones has come in and he's got to sort this out. Now he's gone out there and he's bought 7 or 8 of his own players, but he's still been left with 7 or 8 players that aren't bonding with these newer lads who want to make a name for themselves, and I think they're keeping them back. So I'm going to ask you two lads a question now. Would you have Ty Campbell on the pitch or Sam Vokes?
Ty Campbell, 100%.
Exactly.
Campbell every day of the week.
Exactly. Now, that's where we need to be going. Let's not have these players that have been knocking around for years, not achieving nothing. Let's get these young lads on the pitch.
I seem to find that every striker that comes or leaves Stoke seems to do better after they came to Stoke.
Don't you think like Ty Campbell is going to be hungrier than Vokes because he wants to make a living, he wants to get to a better team, he wants to highlight himself, whereas Sam Vokes has been around forever and a day. So I'm not targeting Sam, I'm targeting Lee Gregory, Scott Hogan. Let the youngsters have a go.
That's it.
Now, do you think the spine of our team, if we had a spine with Nathan Collins, possibly Ollie Shenton, Lars Sigurdsson in the middle, these young lads, Ty Campbell up front, do you not think that's a good spine and then work around it? It
is, because obviously the youth will develop, won't they?
This will say we invest so much money and you let it go now. Let them get out there and show what they've got. And I think,
to be honest, I think that's what's happened with Tom Edwards. He's really proven himself. He's been really good, and now he's been pushed in by Tommy Smith.
This is it. That's where I was going. Tom Edwards, Nathan Collins, it's a spine of a team. They've all been playing together. They've all come through the ranks. Let them off the leash. And if they don't do well, they can be worse than some of these players are doing.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, to be honest, I am going to bring in an old one here. I think that we haven't been playing well without Shawcross. I don't think people give him enough credit, but I think him next to Collins, obviously Shawcross knows the club inside out, I think Shawcross next to Collins, that's a brilliant partnership.
Well, you go back in history and look at Uth with Shawcross. Uth was the experienced player, and Shawcross was like 19, 20 coming through. They learned so much, and you were dead right.
Now we need that. And now we need that with Shawcross and Collins, with Shawcross being the experienced one.
Exactly.
I think you're dead right there.
Or even Danny Bart as well. But I don't think Danny Bart he's not the same experience as putting him next to a youth player, because I don't think Danny Bart is... he hasn't got the same leadership qualities as Shawcross.
And I don't think it helps when you buy Liam Lindsay, Danny Bart, you've got Ryan, who if he hadn't got injured would still be out there. You've got Nathan Collins. You've got far too many players at the club in the same position. So you're going to get players who are thinking, I aren't going to get a chance. And then this morale starts dropping. We're killing it by having too many players at the club who play in the same position. We've got 4 or 5 strikers. So where is Campbell now? Though we've just got rid of Phobia we spent a fortune on.
Who scored?
Vogt, where is he in the lineup of when he's going to get picked?
It's just Nathan Jones talks about having 1 or 2 players in each position. He wants competition, but I think it's a bit of a tricky one because you can't.
It's overkill. We've got 3 goalkeepers. We've got Adam Davies,
who
should have replaced Butland, and Butland should have been sold. But because Jack didn't get sold through politics or whatever, we've now got three top goalkeepers who are sitting on the sidelines wondering, when am I going to get a game? You know, it can't be very good for morale. Too many people fighting for the same position.
Adam Davies must be thinking, what do I have to do to get a game?
Exactly.
Because unless he's injured...
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. He could have been injured, but I doubt it.
But,
I thought Adam Davies was going to be our first line keeper because I thought Jack was leaving. But that's been thrown into turmoil. And again, this says a lot about the club. Nathan can't sort this out because Nathan probably thought Jack is leaving. I'll get Adam Davies now. I've got Jack Butland, and if I don't play him week in, week out, I've still got paid salary.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
he's been like with that can't be completed until January, can it?
That's it. So
it's just deadwood lying around that we don't want.
That's it. So shall we move on to another question?
Yeah.
Because I'll just rant at the moment about what I want.
Norwich thing, they've already got Tim Krul and they've got Ralph Farman, and they've only got a budget of 12 million, so they can't afford Butland, unless the board trusts Farker with more money.
But how fed do you lads get of rumours? Because there's a rumour every week. There's a rumour David Moyes is coming. There's a rumour Sam Allardyce. There's a rumour Cartwright's gone. Nathan Jones' man's in place now. There's a rumour Nathan Jones has got 2 matches proved himself. I think he's going to be one of our great managers. But I think he's inherited a club with a lot of problems. And we, as fans, don't know what all those problems are yet.
Well, if he can't fix us, no one can.
That's it. I'll go out there and I don't care how much abuse I get for this. I'm sticking by Nathan. I think that he knows he's got a plan for this club. And all the doubters tend to a certain age who don't give people a chance. And it's like you 2 lads here. What if I put you on the substitutes bench on the podcast every week because you didn't have enough experience? The only way you get experience is by doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you lads are doing it. So let some of our young lads do it.
Yeah, Nathan Jones said he's not going to walk away, and so we shouldn't.
I'll tell you lads now, I went for a job interview and I was told I had no experience and I couldn't do this job. 10 years later, I'm doing this job and I'm really good at it. And I get a lot of pats on the back. And yet somebody told me I had no experience. And I can't understand this.
Well, yeah, it's the only way to get experience.
The only way to get is do it and learn.
You want to do it,
yeah. Exactly. But, I mean, I think Hughes had a similar sort of start to Nathan Jones, and obviously that didn't end so well. But we had that period.
The in-between bit with Hughes was brilliant. One because he had quality players, and I'm going to go Limmy. I'm going to get more. Marco.
Yeah,
he was my absolute favourite player, and we call him a snake and all this. If he came back tomorrow, I would double my season ticket to watch him, but I wouldn't double it to watch some of these I'm watching now.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Player.
one of the best strikers,
I'd take
All
Marco
football.
back in a heartbeat, And I'd take him back, but I didn't like the way he left.
No, I
know.
will come on and say.
We can never know what goes on in the background, though. But if I go back to when I started supporting Stoke, I love Mark Steen and Wayne Biggins, and they were supplied by Rooster. Now, if Marco had been about, I'd have loved seeing how many goals we'd have got if Marco had been supplying Biggins and Steen. And like Ricky Fuller, I rate him really highly. And I think Stoke went downhill with these players leaving the club. And Glenn Whelan went to Villa and did a good job.
Why did we let Whelan go? He was brilliant for us. I think that we should have let him retire at Stoke.
Yeah, because Hearts, isn't he?
But what do you lads think about Johnny Walters coming on Talk Sport this week and saying that he bought a pig's head? Put it in Matthew Etherington's locker. And Johnny Walters thinks as a professional, this is funny. Now, I rate Johnny Walters tremendously. I'd give him 10 out of 10. But this was going on at the club. This isn't even funny. Putting pigs' heads in lockers, smashing car windows. The discipline side of the club has disappeared. And I think Nathan Jones has been brought in to get that right first. Get a structure in place.
I don't think because when Tony Pulis was in charge, there was the discipline there. Well, obviously not for the end time of when he was a manager, but for the remainder of when he was at Stoke, I think that's
Yeah, but we love these guys in the Premiership. We love Johnny Walters, Crouchy, Whelan. We loved them all. Higginbottom, Delap putting their effort in, week out. But now we hear that some of these lads were causing trouble, and the rumours we heard it was Kenwyne Jones throwing bricks through windows and Glenn Whelan going for Kenwyne Jones. It smacks of me that the trouble started then, and it's just continued with the likes of SA and Choupo-Moting and big name players who don't want to play one week and then do want to play another week when we're on the tally. So sorry about the rants, lads.
No worries.
Just need to see what you think about that. The discipline at the club. Should somebody?
Yeah, Hesse might have been the worst signing for Stoke ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was the loan fee was about 1.2 million to bring him in.
Exactly.
And he scores one goal
against Arsenal as well
with him, and then obviously it's sad that his child was sick, but he was going out taking selfies in Spain,
on the beach,
on the beach.
It seemed like, as you said, like a few days ago, Jock, he more focused on his music career than he was his football career.
That's it.
What we said last week, in the last podcast, he didn't want to play for Stoke.
No.
So I'm going to ask you two lads now, who is the star player in the team? Who's that player you won't watch every week now?
Etebo.
Who's in the team?
Etebo.
Definitely Etebo, 100%.
Etebo, and I'd say that, Etebo. And do you not think he's going to be too good for us again? Somebody will look at him and say, he's class, we'll have him.
Eventually.
Well, that's what I think. I think he's good enough for a top half Premier League side. It's just lucky that we signed him before the World Cup, not afterwards, because he was absolutely brilliant in the World Cup. He grabbed all the headlines.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when does Peter Etebo throw his dummy out the pram and say, we're bottom of the league, I could be playing for a top club, and somebody's here. I think I might leave now. This is the problem we've got at Stoke. We're not attracting that player you lads want to see. Like I want to see a player, get him on the pitch. But that Nathan Collins, he looks absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I always said I rate Nathan Collins very highly.
Absolutely, he looks absolutely potentially another Harry Maguire.
He does.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially with him being called up for the Ireland national team as well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so happy for him because he came out of nowhere, really, didn't he?
So I'm going to push you. So if you take Etibo out, who's your best player at Stoke? Take Etibo out? You struggle now. Come on, who's that one player you want to pay money every week to see home and away?
I can't think.
The fact that you're pausing like I am, we haven't got that player that we won't go see week in, week out.
No, obviously
the performances.
Well, you stick Ty Campbell on, and I tell you what, there'll be fans going, I want to see that lad. He runs with the ball, he can shoot, he's strong, he's athletic. Tom Edwards, I want to see Tom Edwards charging down the wing when we're 1-2-0 up, not having defend because we're always 2-0 down.
Well, yeah, I think the early goals are a massive problem as well. We're letting in way too many.
10 minutes matches.
We broke our record 36 minutes before we conceded a goal this season. Yeah. Oh, well done, your medal. It's absolutely useless, you know.
Yeah.
Before that, the latest goal we'd conceded was 10 minutes.
And against Leeds on Saturday, the first half we were. That's what you want to see, isn't it? The first half, we were rock solid. You know, we didn't let potentially one of the best teams in the league break past us. But then, like a few minutes after the break, boom, 1-0.
Yeah. What do you lads think about playing 4-5-1 at home? They call it this diamond formation. But we were playing 4-5-1. So one up front, who was not getting no service, was not winning any balls. So we were playing in a negative brand of football from the moment we started, because all we wanted to do was get a point from that match or counter-attack and get 3. But we never played with no positivity. Once that goal went in, we were dead in the water.
Yeah,
what do you think about 4-5-1 at home?
There's no service up front. We need 2. We need 2 up front. So that's it.
It's like a Polish brand of football, but not Polish when he was good.
That's
like
Polish exactly.
At West Brom or Polish at Middlesbrough last year. You know, we need to be more attacking than that. You know, you look at Luton when Nathan Jones left Luton for us, and they're still doing it, which makes me think: was it Nathan Jones, or was it the people behind the club? Because they haven't brought in another permanent manager, and they're doing, quite well.
Well, they're 18th. It's, they're not.
So I'd just like it to be simple, not tell every team we play in the diamond formation, so they know what to expect when we go play them, so they can counter us. And go mad and play 4-4-2 and put McLean on the wing because he's playing really well. Don't put him as a fullback. Put 2 wingers that like Etherington and send somebody down the other wing. 2 up front, 1 knocking it back for the other. And you've got good strength, but we've got 3-4 midfielders. Duffy, Woods, Allen, all do the same role. They don't bring anything new to the role. They all play the same way. I'm lost for words, lads.
It's and Jordan Cousins as well. He slots in there as well.
We haven't got an attacking midfield player other than Etibo. When he runs at him, and Mbula was the same, when he runs at him and loses the ball, we're stuffed because there's only one forward he's running to. And then all of a sudden the ball's back at our end and they've scored.
It's not something you can fix in I don't know how much time you'd give someone to fix that because it's not automatically
Yeah, well, I'm
fixable,
behind Jones, so I'll give him the full year. And
yeah.
he'll come good. I know he'll come good. I'm putting my head on in the noose here, but I genuinely believe that the pressure's getting to him, and that's why the pressure mounts and mounts and doesn't get any easier. But you've still got to get a draw, and you've still got to get 3 points. You've still got to show out the Stoke fans who pay good money week in, week out, because the crowd and the attendances aren't dropping like some of the doom mongers have said. Oh, we'll have 12,000 there. No, we're still getting 20,000 plus. But we need to inspire people to go.
Yeah, and would you say Stoke fans have become when we go 1-0 down, they're a bit toxic. The atmosphere,
mate. It's not toxic. It's all the lads that stand around me think I paid for a season ticket. I was told I was going to get a brand of football. I bought into it, and I'm watching the same thing week in, week out. Stupid substitutions, silly diamond formations. Just grow one. Have a go. It's home. Send us all flooding forward. Against Leeds, we were playing a long ball from defence. It's a backward step in this league. But we need to get back on track and say, it's the Bear Pit, it's Stoke Loud and Proud. Let's put a team out that are going with a winning mentality. And all we're going to do is go forward. Rely on what we've got at the back to save us. But we need to start. We're not knocking. I don't think none of the fans around me will ever knock Stoke, but we can't. We've won 4 matches in 31 games, competitive games. How long before somebody is going to be? It ruins my week, like a lot of the lads around. I want to go out for a curry, a pint, job done. I can't do none of that anymore. I come home miserable, waiting for the next week to be miserable.
It is depressing. It is week in, week out.
So you need. I've got a little message for Stoke City Health if he's out there. Wash your mouth with soap, my son, because you shouldn't even mention that word on a podcast, and I certainly won't. But if you two lads won't mention what he said, that's fine.
Port Vile.
Yeah, Port Vile.
That's it.
Sour taste.
Won't have any other.
That's it, mate. So wash your mouth with soap, get your father's gun, and go shoot them, not me. Right. What about the singing section, lads? Have you seen much of that or had any feedback on it?
On the wall?
Yeah, the singing section that's in the South Stand now. That
yeah.
I
sat next to them on Saturday. I sat next to them on Saturday. It was too hot, so I decided to go up there. It was
positives.
Yeah. It brings a lot more positivity to the game.
Yeah, because if they start, everybody else starts, and they join in. And we've always said, if Stoke are doing well, we'll all sing all around the ground. We were voted, I think, for the last match and the match before, we're the loudest crowd in the Championship.
Yeah.
Even though we're getting stuffed.
We broke the
the sound scale, wasn't it?
Yeah, the sound record when Hogan's second goal in, when we went 2-1 up against Derby.
That's it.
You know?
So if somebody said to Nathan Jones, mate, you've got a force to be reckoned with here. You have got the Bear Pit. You have got Stoke Loud and Proud. You've got it. We can still be loud, even when we're losing 3-0.
Yeah, I'm not pinning this on any of the unit lads, but the only negative I've got is the abuse towards the Leeds fans. Did you see that on Twitter? I'm going to say to you now,
because it's funny, I actually stand where this supposed abuse is or stuff. But why do people on fan sites and Leeds fans and all this pick up on this when it's possibly less than 1% of the crowd? Not even 1%, probably 0.1%. And yet that 0.1%, if the other 99.9 a bad name.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, it
that
was
really
about
irritates
10.
me.
It was about 10 fans, and it's
Exactly. It really irritates me because the true fans, the 99.9%, are genuine football fans. Yeah, we can all lose it. I mean, I lost it a bit ago and got a bit of stick for it with Liverpool. But I didn't mean it. It was just the passion of loving Stoke. And but these fans take it to the next level because they're supercharged with beer and whatever they're on, and think football is about a struggle, a combat. It isn't. But take it from me, the majority of fans who never get praised is what this football is all about now. There should be more positivity, and I hope you lads continue this podcast with that positive approach. Talk about the good things because there are good things there.
Yeah, you always pick up on the good things, even if there's not much. Because in the last two games, there's not been much.
Nobody wants to hear anything good. They want to hear the bad things because it makes you. You'll phone into a radio show like Praise and Grumble because Jim's gone on and had a rant. I've been coming for 60 years and I've never seen anything like it. Well, of course, he's seen stuff like it when the Icelandic people came here, when we were in the lower divisions. And it does with our club. It takes us 10 years, 15 years, 20 years to come back again and have another good spell. But come on, Nate, let's get going by Christmas and give us some hope, because one of your questions that you sent me was, do you think Stoke will finish? And my answer to you two lads is the City Ground at Notts Forest, the last match of the season.
Well, yeah, because you can't really predict it, can you?
No.
No.
It would be great to go up. It would be great to be to think that you are definitely going to go up. But obviously, you can't always think that.
Can I ask you two lads a quick question? So let's say we get to Notts Forest, the last match of the season away, and we need 1 point to stay up. Do you think, and you two and me the same, it's just as big a match as if we're lying in 14th, 10th, we've got a point to go to the player? Don't you think the Stoke crowd will be absolutely buzzing to get us that point?
Yeah.
So
I should definitely hope so. Because I have faith in Stoke and in the fans, because we used to be the best fans in the world.
I think we still are. We just need.
I think we can be. There have been times where we have been, like the Leeds game last year. We were singing for the entire 90 minutes.
That's it.
But it's not for the entire 90 minutes anymore. It's 60 or 70, and then we start leaving because we're not playing well enough.
No.
And so obviously it shouldn't be the brand of football should keep the fans in, but it shouldn't be the fans should stay to watch this bad football. I think that it needs to have its balance.
Yeah, but I think you lads would sing your heart out. Last match of the season, we need a point to stay up. You'd sing your hearts out. You'd get us 3 points like the rest of the Stoke fans. We'd go home. We'd be buzzing, and we'll say we'll start again next year.
Yeah.
See where it takes us. But I don't think no Stoke fan is going to give up. There's no Stoke fan I know is going to give up with their support for the club. It isn't about players and managers. It's about supporting the badge, what Stoke is. And the manager and the players are a bonus if they get it right. So we need them to get it right. Come on.
Yeah,
let's do it.
We do. So tomorrow we've got Leeds in the cup. What do you reckon we'll go far in the Carabao Cup, or?
Well, the Carabao Cup could be a strange thing because Leeds could think we're not putting any sort of team out because we're concentrating on the league. Stoke could be thinking I'll put another 11 different players out, see if they can get a place for the next match. So it could be a difficult one. It could be one of those where it goes to penalties and Stoke win on penalties. Could also be one of those where everyone says, I knew we were going to lose. But I think we could shock or surprise any team on any day. We just need to start doing that to get a bit of faith back.
Well, we were so good against Wigan in the cup, and I thought that that was brilliant. But we only won 1-0 because we can't put chances away. Because Sam Vokes can't shoot with his feet.
No.
Yeah.
And I think that up against Leeds, we need to put those chances away.
It's got to happen. I'm going to ask you two lads another question. Name 2 Preston players.
2 Preston players. Billy Bodin and Josh Harrop.
Tom Barkhausen and Darnell Johnson.
And this is where we're at. I don't even know who plays for Preston. I don't care. I don't even know who plays for Leeds, who's going to be playing for Leeds tomorrow. I don't care. All I see is Stoke City. And I hear them names off you and I think, who are they? Who are they? Would they be in the Stoke team or would they be playing for Liverpool in a year's time or Man United? No, they're average players. Like, we've got a lot of average players, but surely we can beat any team on any day in this division. And that's what we want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I only know the 2 players that I named, I only knew because they tore us to pieces, this year, last year.
But would you buy those players for Stoke? Because if they can beat us in a Preston team, if they were in the Stoke team, would we then beat Preston?
As potentially one of the ones I named, the centre attacking midfielder, I'm pretty sure on loan from United or permanent from United. It's just what we need, isn't it?
That's it. And I've just seen on a YouTube thing, there's 2 star Liverpool strikers in the reserve squad. And we could go out and say, can we have them on loan? And these lads have scored 20 goals each. I don't know. One's called Ryan and somebody else. But why aren't our scouts out there saying, let's take a couple of loan players from the bigger clubs?
Oh, Ryan Brewster, is that it?
Yeah. Right at this Mount who plays for Chelsea.
Yeah, he scored as well.
He did bits last year at Derby. Mason Mount, he was amazing at Derby. Yeah. Tammy Abraham, 23 goals I think he got last season in the league for Aston Villa. And now, obviously, they're starting for Chelsea, but I don't think they're good enough yet.
Well, he got 2 goals, didn't he, against Norwich?
Yeah, doing really well.
Yeah, I think that was a great spot by Derby, to be fair. And honestly, I think they were relying on him. They haven't been great this season.
Say you were a big club, how much would you offer for Ty Campbell now in millions? Say to me, I want to buy Ty Campbell off you. How much do you want? You tell me how much Ty Campbell's worth now.
Well, considering his young age, I'd say about 4 million.
Now, if he played every match this year and scored 20 goals, how much is he worth?
15, 13 plus.
Exactly. Yeah. So why aren't we giving him a chance?
Exactly.
It's 10 million. He could be a 15 million player. If he doesn't score the 20, then you've seen it. But, I mean, his dad is at every game. And his dad must be getting really annoyed that he's going every match and he gets 5, 6, 7 minutes. And like you say, we bought Tommy Smith to replace Tom Edwards. We don't need to replace Tom Edwards. Tom Edwards could be our best right back for the next 10 years. But we're buying players to replace him.
I think Tom Edwards is in a similar situation as Andy Wilco was.
Yeah.
Or more to be fair, more Ryan Shotton was right back.
Yeah.
Ryan Shotton came through the ranks.
Yeah.
And we had Andy Wilco. He was 26, 27, the same age as Tommy Smith, and he got displaced from the team. This was when Ryan Shotton was 18, 19. So he's still a teenager, and obviously didn't quite turn out how we'd like it to. But he looked like he had the world at his feet.
And, on his wages, and I know Shotto, and as much as stick as he got at Stoke, Shotto's done well for himself. He's played at a couple of good clubs. He's getting regular football. He's had a few transfers. When that guy puts his feet up on the table, he'll probably retire with £5-10 million in the bank, a couple of nice houses, and his family sorted for life. So who are we to knock somebody, which it seems to be the big thing at Stoke? Let's knock everybody.
Exactly.
And, we don't want to. We want the Marco Arnautovic's back. We want the Shaqiri's back. But if we get up this year and go into the Premier League, we haven't got the players for the Premier League again, have we?
Mm.
We've got to start again.
Yeah.
But anyway, lads, throw us a question that'll cheer everyone up.
Do you want us to go on to the questions directed towards you? Do you want us to?
No, just throw one at me. How you're the people who listen to this podcast must be the same opinion as you two lads. They follow the podcast because they want Stoke to do well. And you two have asked me some really good questions. They're all been positive. How do we get fans on board? How do we stop all this negativity about knocking players? And, I'm knocking them a bit. But how do we stop it, or is that just life?
I don't think it will stop, because at the end of the day, Stoke fans now were just they eat off negativity, and some of that may not be their fault. The performances haven't been the best, but it's just there's an aura surrounding the club, and it's just negative. And I don't know what Jones is going to do to stop that.
Could the club do anything for the younger fans like you regarding pricing and stuff? Because could they do anything? Could they make your life easier?
And Stoke isn't really community. It's not really community, is it? Well, as in events and stuff like that. They do the open trainings and things like that.
But could they say everybody under 21 only has to pay, say, 150 quid for a season ticket? Would that make a massive difference?
I think.
Or would you not pay because you want the football? You want the football and the you want to see good football, whatever you pay.
Exactly. I think that good football is priceless. But I think when you play when you see your team play so well that you think this team could beat anybody in the world, I think that feeling is priceless. Yeah. But then when you revert to bad football, the 10 men behind the ball, the pass it around at the back, the 4-5-1s, the really defensive football that's not even getting results. I think that we shouldn't have to pay for that.
No, and the bad football, as you say, the results. It's gone from we're not a Premier League club anymore.
No.
We have the same standard, but we've gone from beating City, United, etc. We didn't have the same players, and now we're losing 3-1 to Charlton.
Yeah,
it's mad.
Yeah, it's mad. That's all I can say, even for me. And the age difference between you and me, we're still of the same opinion.
Yeah.
We can't believe how this club has dropped so badly in 4 years. it's sort of once Mark Hughes started going in the wrong direction, it's now 4 years and we're at the lowest point of those 4 years now at the bottom of the league, are we? Or one off the bottom, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're straight bottom wheel.
Oh, we're bottom of the league. And the only thing we faced with is the actual element of going down and playing the Vale twice, which had cheered a lot of lads up. Just playing the Vale twice.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a sellout and the atmosphere would be absolutely mad. But we don't want to go backwards, do we? We don't want to just keep dropping and dropping. So is there somebody higher up than Nathan Collins? What do you think about Peter Coates or the Coates family? Why are they allowing this?
You think about sometimes the signings we make. We've got possibly one of the best owners in the country with money wise.
Yeah.
It's
richest club in the Midlands, you know. The Coates family.
And we're not showing
that. If I said to you lads, we got 150 million a year from Sky for 10 years, that's 1.5 billion, is it? What have we done with that 1.5 billion?
Yeah, that's the thing. Not enough. You know, not enough to keep us at that standard that Tony Pulis, brought in. He brought in a high standard that every player had to meet. And then we went from Tony Pulis's high standards to Mark Hughes's let the good players play well and let the hard-working players work hard, to Paul Lambert's let's just do anything to stay up, to Gary Rowett's really boring brand of football of just pass it around and try and get a goal. You know, the standards decreased from manager to manager.
Yeah.
And I think they need to be put back up there gradually. You know, I think Ryan Shawcross tries to keep those standards, and I think he's trying to teach them to, the Tom Edwardses and the Nathan Collins and the youth academies. But I think that with the senior players that have come in, and honestly, Tommy Smith, he was Huddersfield captain. He also keeps a high standard, but it's those other players that need to get a high standard in as well.
Yeah. So I just throw this question at you. So we got 1.5 billion over 10 years. So if we got that money, how much money did the Coates family put in? Or did they not have to put no money in whatsoever? Because we had £1.5 billion. So it is all us thinking they're the richest owners in the world. And yet they've been given £1.5 billion of not their money. So are they putting enough money into the club now?
It's the money is from sponsors as well, isn't it?
But I was told recently that the sponsorship is falling because the brand of football isn't attracting the sponsorship. And in the Waddington suite, it's not full because people don't want to pay 150 quid for have a day out and watch what's going on the pitch. So it has a knock-on effect. So are Bet365 and the Coates family keeping a bit of money back now and thinking, how long are we here for?
Well, that's the thing. It's not Pete Coates with the money, it's Denise Coates, isn't it?
Well, this is what nobody knows. Nobody knows where the money to Stoke. Nobody knows who it is of the Coates family that actually says, we're putting this in, we're doing this. We just hear rumours. We don't know who it is.
And Denise Coates doesn't care about the club, really, because she's, even if the club does go under, she's still making money from Bet365, the biggest betting company in the world. And she puts money in for additional income, but she doesn't need it. And she could retire comfortably without the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can't overthink because we don't know the ins and outs, the daily goings on, do we?
No.
Of what everybody is faced with at that club, and there's something within the club that has brought us to this position, and that's what needs addressing. Not the manager, not the players. Somebody has brought all these players in over 4 years. Somebody has created this club over 4 years. And when they were on the gravy train in the Premier League, and they could have the essays with the baseball caps on and the Chupo Motins with Zuma having a Costa coffee on Instagram every time they turned up. Why isn't somebody addressing who has got us to this position?
Yeah, it's the Chupo Motings, the Zoomers, the Hesses that are that face spout with the negativity of the last year, I would say, because they're the ones who have been performing in a negative life, not so much Zoom.
And then they say people don't love football as well. Cristiano Ronaldo's got 173 million rand, and that's people love football. They love great footballers, and you can see there 173 million followers. Now Essay's got about 2 million followers, so somebody loves him, but certainly no one from Stoke does.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
it's a mad world.
I think that everybody was in love with him on his debut when he managed to score the winner against Arsenal, and then next week we thought, oh, maybe he's just having an off week. But then it turned into an off week every week.
Yeah.
And then it turned out, it was just a one-off fluke.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of sulky players at Stoke, haven't we, in the Premier League? A lot of players who sulked, had a great match, sulked, had a great match, sulked. We need to get hard-working, grafting players, but we do need that touch of class. And I'm really brightened up by the fact that Nathan Collins looks like that class player. Tom Edwards looks like that class player. Even this Scott Hogan looks like he can score goals.
Which is something in a striker that we've lacked since the 2014-15 season when, Juve got 13 goals and he scored, and then he just dropped off a bit, and then we haven't really had a striker that can do that thing.
We need a killer midfielder who can play a ball, and we need two lads on each wing, so it isn't Tom Edwards running all the way to the corner flag, working his socks off, crossing it, and then all of a sudden the ball comes back and he's 90 yards out of position. So we need to address that. Let the style of football, let's abandon the diamond formation, because everybody knows we're playing it. Let's play it like in 8 weeks' time when nobody's expecting us play it. Let's just play proper football. Let's just play sensible football where two strikers, a Biggins and a Steen, or a Fuller and a Sidibe. It's the best times under Stoke is when you've got two players playing off one another, because they build up a bond and they just instinctively know how to play football. So let's have a run of matches with two players who've got that bond. We don't seem to have any players who've got a bond.
Well, yeah, we need a winger. We need a winger and two players up front. So with the diamond, we've got two players up front, but we don't have the wingers, which means we're exposed at the back. And so I think 4-4-2 is a good idea. You can have two players up front together that just know where each other is all the time.
And does everybody know that a diamond starts out as a piece of coal? And we're famous for coal in Stoke-on-Trent. We had more of the mines and the pit works here. But it takes millions of years for a lump of coal to turn into a diamond. So that's what's happening now, isn't it? It's going to take forever. So let's abandon it and let's just go play some classy 4-4-2 football and then throw the odd diamond in when nobody's expecting it. Any agreement on that?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that we do need to bring back, that roughhouse, hard-working players.
Somebody gets stuck in. A right back and a left back who gets stuck in. Centre half who gets stuck in. A midfielder who gets stuck in. Then let's have a couple of lads up front who all they want to do is score goals.
Yeah, I think that Hogan and Gregory, or Hogan and Campbell up front together is a
good option.
Really good front two. I think that...
And yet we played a lot of matches with the Phobie up front on his own, and now we're playing matches with Gregory up front on his own. Somebody banged my head against a wall. What am I not seeing? What's not working, lads?
Well, that's the thing, because Phobie's been, scoring goals for fun at Bristol. So I don't know why he wasn't for Stoke.
That's it. And I forgot to tell you, we need a penalty taker, don't we?
Oh, definitely. 100%. Jack Butland scored 3 in pre-season.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought it was brilliant.
And yet somehow the other team won a trophy, even though they scored no penalties. They didn't take any. But yeah, I think that we definitely need a penalty taker. Yeah. And to be fair, I think Scott Hogan is quite good at them.
I think we've probably put everything to bed now, haven't we, lads? So should I finish it with my catchphrase?
You could do, yeah, or we could go into the questions, whatever.
Well, it's been brilliant talking to both of you, lads. Stay in touch. Hopefully you don't get a lot of sick.
No.
All these lads coming online. Just ignore them. Enjoy what you're doing. Get that experience. And with that experience, it'll take you far in life. So all I'm going to say now, I'm off because it's curry, pint, job done.
Right. Cheers for that, mate. Be in touch. Thanks for the podcast. Yeah, it'll be on SoundCloud, Spotify, Acast, whatever. And come on, you Stoke.